Some of these differences include a more standardized and rigorous purchase order creation and justification process, having to negotiate your pricing and bill rates to now defined rate cards, a more formal IC compliance and vetting process, the routing of non-compliant ICs to approved payrolling companies or other IC independent contractor engagement specialist organizations like MBO, a more structured and rigorous centralized onboarding process, which may now include drug background checks, more rigorous insurance requirements, etc., and some potential service fees that need to be paid by the IC to the MSP. Net, all of this could increase the contracting onboarding time it takes to get you to start your project, as well as potentially cost you more, for the actual engagement. So things to be aware of in your due diligence when you're talking at the front end to your engagement manager are things like the existence or sort of now the mandated need to work through an MSP with your engagement manager, understanding all of the new costs that may be associated with this process, that you want to make sure that you have the chance to be able to incorporate into your finalized negotiated bill rate, understanding all the new activities and the timeline required for you to start your project so you can set proper expectations for yourself, understanding the invoice payment process explained in detail, specifically around the total days that you can expect to receive payment. One thing to realize with an MSP is the client will pay the MSP in their contracted pay terms, and the MSP may add on an additional 5 to 10 days to then pay you, the IC, and or the staffing organization. If the use of a vendor management system is required, make sure you have full access to some training and understanding how to input invoices properly, as well as have visibility to the payment process and other things that you may need to run your individual business. And lastly, if you are routed to one of the MSP's approved engagement vendors, make sure you understand who they are, what options you have, whether they're a payrolling organization or an ICES company like MBO, and make sure that you get a chance to understand what they offer and how that fits in with the overall business model and paradigm. So in conclusion, I think more and more you're going to be running into these MSP and or procurement middlemen. So make sure you understand and take time from a due diligence standpoint to understand the process, make your determination if that fits your organization, and understand what your options are in pursuing the opportunity with the client. Thank you.
Thanks, Dennis. The changing processes for client engagement are certainly important for independent consultants to understand. For our final trend, we will hear from Chief Technology Officer Jonathan Lacus, who will discuss new trends in business analytics.
There's a lot going on right now in the analytics and business intelligence industries. Existing vendors are coming up with new offerings, a number of new companies are entering with creative new approaches, and there's lots of investment dollars going into this trend. Businesses are starting to realize that with newer technologies and the amount of data that's out there, they can make better decisions more quickly and could fundamentally change how businesses engage their customers. And it's likely to have an impact on a wide range of industries. Any company that uses data to understand their business stands to be influenced by this. And given the importance of this trend, it's important for consultants to have an understanding of what's changing and why, so they can be ready to better support their clients. The volume of data that can be and is now collected has increased significantly with the growth of mobile technology and internet access. With the growth of mobile, ubiquitous access to the internet, and an increasing number of services provided primarily or exclusively on the web, the amount of data available for businesses to analyze is staggering. The average person carries between 1 and 3 mobile devices with them at all times, and nearly every interaction on those devices is a potential data point for a company to understand customer trends and to make business decisions on. Big data technology is evolving to be able to analyze this data in real time. Now, this explosion of data has driven development in technology not only to handle this much data, but better methods of accessing, processing, and analyzing it as well. Traditionally strong business intelligence vendors like MicroStrategy, ClickTech, Oracle, Microsoft, SAS, and others are either buying up analytics companies or coming out with new feature sets. And new players like Domo, run by former executives from Omniture, or Burst, Quaterian, or 1010 Data, are all finding new ways to provide business users with better ways to look at their customers through their data. And these systems are touting the ability to analyze data in real time, even using up-to-date information from website and mobile device usage. Decisions can be made while things are happening, and in some cases automatically, not having to wait for a new report to be written and analyzed. Companies are creating analytics tools that make business intelligence more directly accessible to business users by giving them natural language interfaces and results that are actionable. Now, the trend in IT for the last several years has been pushing capabilities out of the IT department and into the business units. This can prevent resource bottlenecks for many business tasks. However, this has been a barrier for business intelligence due to the complexity of data sets and their meaning. Newer technologies can provide an interface where the business user asks for what they want in relatively standard plain English. Now, we all know it's not ever quite that simple, but there are now a much larger set of tools that can be put into the hands of business users to make business decisions. It's not likely that all of analytics will move out of IT, but a good portion will in the next few years. These real-time analytics allow marketers to provide highly personalized experiences, signaling a greater convergence of technology and marketing. Now, this is one of the most powerful implications of the growth of real-time analytics. Traditionally, marketers have relied on a limited number of segments to which to present information. However, with the amount of information available and the speed with which it can be gathered and analyzed, it's now possible to provide highly personalized experiences to customers and prospects based on their own behavior in real time. Now, while this has been possible to some extent for some time, it's now easier to accomplish, and it is quickly becoming an expectation of customer experiences both on and offline. And competitive pressure ensures that this type of advanced analytics will be a key part of businesses in the future. Now, as companies make decisions more and more quickly and provide more personalized experiences to their customers, the need to understand actionable analytics will grow significantly over the next few years. These new analytics trends will change and accelerate the way businesses make decisions. As an independent consultant, you need to understand the impacts of this on your industry and on your clients.
That was a lot of great information. Thanks, everyone. Now here's a quick recap of the key takeaways from each trend. First, think about beginning to set up your contracts as project-based versus hourly. Next, be sure to spend your lead generation time on the right platform, communicating the right message in the right format. Thirdly, be sure to have your social presence up to date and try to experiment with new specialized project opportunity platforms to stay ahead of the pack. Additionally, you must be aware of the rise of the procurement middleman. Be sure to understand their role in the process and how you'll be prepared to make working with large enterprises seamless. Finally, it's crucial to understand how new trends in the analytical capability of businesses will affect your practice. We really hope that you gained some insight from our leadership team during this webinar recording. You can see additional ways to contact us here. If you have any further questions for our expert team regarding the trends they presented today, please email me at jmcdonnell@mbopartners.com, and I will be sure to get those questions answered for you. Thanks a lot and have a great day.